Okay, episode 4. Welcome, friends. So today we're going to the Centurion Entelect office for office day. We usually alternate weekly depending on things, but yeah, today we're going to Centurions. Yeah, it should be good. It's always nice to see who you bump into at the office. Yeah, so let's get going. So just getting set up at the office, greeting some teammates. It's always a good vibe, good people. And there's always good snacks as well. Unfortunately, we don't have a barista like we do at the Melrose Arch HQ Entelect office. Yeah, that's the one downside. Nonetheless, it's still good. So I was investigating a bug that we kind of encountered, but yeah, it was an interesting one because one, I hadn't really worked in that space of where the kind of problem was. So I just had to get acquainted with it, do a lot of debugging, stepping through. Yeah, trying to understand the code, understand the logic and everything. And the weird part was that the exception or the actual error that we got, it just wasn't happening on my side. So locally, when I debug, when I run the app, yeah, it just wasn't happening on my side, which was really odd. Had to do a deep dive. Also managed to chat to some of the guys in the team, and yeah, we had a good session. They really were really helpful and kind of just helped me to understand what was happening, understand that sort of domain aspect of it. It turned out it was a very interesting one. It wasn't quite as simple as we thought, but at least we got to the bottom of it. So yeah, again, just it's good to have good teammates, good people to work with who are there to support you and help you in such times. Good learning process for all of us, I think. It's wonderful that we got it to work and got to the root cause of the problem, which was good. Ran into an old buddy, Tsepo. We go kind of way back, a couple of years back. So just to give some backstory, when I started on a previous project, also in the mining space, we were building a web app from scratch. And so we had to deal with, building pipelines, build pipelines, all that kind of stuff, which we had never really done. And also, more specifically in Azure, dealing with YAML. It was quite an interesting space, an interesting thing to do, but yeah, he had done it. He had done similar things on a project that he had also started from scratch. So luckily we got in contact. Yeah, everything was remote, even more remote then. It was just after COVID time, so everything was done over calls, over Teams. And yeah, he helped us a lot just to kind of get it going, just to refine it to be better, add useful things, and yeah, just to double check what we were doing was correct and on the right track. Yeah, it was good to kind of just catch up with him after quite a few weeks. He also knows most of the team, so it was quite a nice catch up. Told him about some of the stuff we're doing, heard about what he's doing. Office days can be really nice like that, where you get to catch up and hear about what other people are working on, what other projects are out there, get advice and tips on things, share your knowledge, share your tips. So yeah, it's good interactions. And again, in discussing that story about how he helped us with the pipelines and stuff, another plug at how important it is to work with good people, good intelligent people. I mean, yeah, that's one thing which is really great in this company, in the sense that it doesn't matter that you can have people who are on completely different projects or even different clients, but if they have experience or knowledge in a certain topic or in a certain area or in a certain programming language, whatever the case is, you can literally just call them up or message them, and yeah, they're willing to help you, willing to jump on a call and just kind of see what you need, help you where you need. The importance of just having that support with the peers that you work with, whether you're on the same team, on the same client, on the same project or not. It's really valuable because by having so many people, you have this whole wealth of knowledge that you can kind of tap into whenever you need it. I did discuss a lot of it in episode 2, so yeah, if you haven't checked that out, check out that video over here. Also checked out the cool new library at the Centurion office. A whole bunch of books to choose from if you need. The Melrose Arch office also has quite a nice selection of books in their library there. And yeah, one really good one which stood out for me, which I actually read even before it was in the library, was Atomic Habits. I really enjoyed it. I found that it was advice or knowledge in there was really practical and useful, in the sense that I could immediately kind of use it in my life and yeah, make my life more efficient, more just better, just by following the advice and the tips from the books. On a different note, thought I'd just share that. If you haven't read it, I would definitely recommend it to add to your list of reading books. And it's always good to just take a chill in between debugging. I mean, I'm sure you know how debugging can be. It's an interesting thing because it can really be quite stressful, quite exhausting actually, but rewarding at the same time. Yeah, you can spend a lot of time debugging something only to find that it was really such a simple solution, but you need to kind of go through the process of debugging to get there, and that's the beauty of it. And very rarely have I found that when I have to investigate something or go through a whole process, a long process to debug and try to figure out and find the root cause of something, very rarely have I not learned something useful along the way, whether it be how React state works, whether it be just understanding more of what the code is doing, or understanding code that I would have never really gotten into or had to go through. Things like that. As exhausting and tiring as it may seem at the time, I think it's always useful, and yeah, it's always good deep dive into such things, because you really get to understand things a bit better. You tend to learn a lot. And I guess it's like anything, you kind of have to go through the process, put in the time and the effort. You come out with that knowledge, with that understanding. Definitely worthwhile, especially if you're in a domain that's really complex. It does definitely help you get a better understanding of that certain aspect of the domain or the code or whatever it is. So yeah, just something to remember when you deep in debugging and you're kind of questioning your life choices, and yeah. Thanks for watching this episode. I hope it was useful and a bit insightful into, how the Centurion office is, bits of knowledge here and there, debugging woes, all those things. Hopefully it was kind of relatable as well. And yeah, as always, please do drop any comments if it's relatable, if it's comments, critique, anything. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next episode. So I thought I'd just throw in some of my running videos that I usually do. I mean, I'm not a seasoned runner or anything like that, but I have been running maximum 5 to 10 Ks every now and again, at least once a week for the last 1 or 2 years. I run with the Burnt. They have it's a run club called the Burnt Run Club. The Burnt Studios is a clothing brand, so they organize runs every weekend all around the country. It's a nice initiative. It's nice to kind of run with people as opposed to running yourself. I guess that depends. It's subjective, but I find it very motivating in the sense that I push myself a bit more, or at least just to get there and get it done. I thought I'd share some of the videos so far from this year of some of the runs, and a bit of gym training from the week, doing legs and mobility. I started doing hill sprints just on the treadmill, but as part of my leg workout. So I'll start off with the sprints, maybe 5 or 6 sprints. I find it really useful, really good for the legs, just a different sort of stimulus for the leg training, and more practical in the sense that I can kind of use the gains there for running, for sports, which is quite nice. So yeah, it's definitely helpful, definitely good. Always focusing on the mobility as well. Yeah, that's a never-ending battle, but we keep pushing. I do have a couple of running videos discussing different kinds of shoes, discussing like my running journey in a sense. If that's interesting to you, yeah, do check out the videos there as well. Also, high budget versus low budget running shoes. I managed to buy Mr. Price sport running shoes, and yeah, I was really super impressed and really love them. I still use them now. They are just as good, if not, I want to say better than some of the high-end running shoes. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for some, do go to the store, try them on, feel the cushioning, and you'll feel just how good and comfortable they are.